good afternoon, whatever time it is for all of us.
Yeah, right where you are.
Right where you are. It's the perfect time.
I love that I can like share in all these places at once now.
Ooh.
There, boom, shared it. How about you?
So the funny thing is I use my phone as my camera because I think it's got a better picture than my computer's built-in camera. And so I can't share right now.
Yeah, I was gonna try to like my old phone because I just got a new phone.
Sorry, hit the wrong button. New phone.
But my old phone has an amazing camera on it, so I'm gonna learn how to do that. I'm gonna change it, put it, have that.
Yeah,
because it's a better camera than what's in my computer for sure.
Yeah. So this is the rant.
Hey, let's rant.
Let's rant. Radically Affirmative New Thought. I'm Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I'm the Senior Minister at Unity of Tucson, and this is my friend.
And I'm Rev Steph. I'm the spiritual leader of the One Love Awakening Soul Community.
You literally, like, on my end, you just went so out of sync.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. If you are watching, we're so glad that you're here.
Yeah.
If you're watching on the replay later on in the day or next week, hashtag replay, let us know that you checked in.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Got some great people who have joined us. Wayne, party on. Excellent. Yes.
Party on.
Wayne's World, right? Wayne's World. Yes.
Wayne's World.
William, good morning to you, you magnificent spirit. Grateful to see you.
Hello, William.
The irony, well, the funny thing is, William's in this building, like over there.
Love it. Yeah. So he can hear me echo.
Yeah. I can hear him on his phone. I can hear his phone out there.
That's hilarious. Yeah. If you're watching on Facebook, we love those loves, those likes. Click those share buttons. Help us get this rant out into the world in ever bigger ways. Of course, if you're on YouTube, you get that.
Give a thumbs up.
Just freeze like that, right? Oh, we hope you've had an amazing week. And thank you for allowing us to have last Friday off.
Yeah. My husband is a U.S. citizen. That's
wow.
why I was last week, of course. That's why we took the day off. Yeah, he took the oath of citizenship here in the United States. So he's a dual citizen.
Yes.
U.S. and Canada. But he is now a naturalized citizen of the United States.
There you go. You go.
And immediately when we walked out of the courtroom, there was a table set up and he immediately registered to vote.
Good for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Participate in the process. That's what I would say.
And I was thinking, it's funny because I made a joke about capitalism before we came on, but I've been just this has come up in my thoughts more than recently for sure. But we don't just vote once every 4 years or once every 2 years if you're in Canada. Like we vote every single day with the choices we make and the money that we spend, right? Yep. So we have so much more say than we think we do. We think we have to wait 4 years and wait for another administration. We don't. We get to live our life today and make choices today.
Yeah.
So if there's wealthy people in the world that are wealthy because we buy their stuff, and we have so much power as a consumer that we're unaware of or we forget.
Yeah.
Especially this time of year, it's very consumerism.
It's very consumer focused this time of year for sure. My husband and I were like, we have what we would like to have in our lives. When we want something, I mean, we're kind of terrible this way. When we want something, we just allow ourselves to go get it. Right. So we looked at each other this year. We're like, we're not doing gifts. We're not exchanging gifts. We're not even doing stockings. We did stockings last year. I'm like, we're not even doing stockings this year. Let's just enjoy the fact that we have each other and can enjoy each other's company. So that's what we did. And then we had 12 adults and one infant over for dinner. yesterday as our holiday celebration. We did the White Elephant Exchange, so that was fun. I got a nice tea set actually through the White Elephant Exchange.
Nice.
Yeah.
My family has a tradition of like a recycled gift.
Mm-hmm.
So like my mom loves thrifting, and I know when parcels arrive at this time, I'm getting good finds because she finds some good stuff. So like mittens and what did we get? Oh, I've got books and notebooks, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You don't need brand new out of the wrapping stuff to make a memory, for sure.
That's right.
For sure. And that's what's like my life is focused on. I'm a minimalist. I practice minimalism. So more stuff coming in the house that isn't intentional drives me nuts. I'm like, oh my God, that's more stuff. Like, where are we going to put this stuff? And
I literally have taken this time that, because when we're in this kind of business, the business of spiritual center, church, whatever you want to call it, like you get to the holiday season, especially because it is tradition in this particular community that we do have a specific Christmas celebration. That's just the history. And I like to honor that. And so we did a beautiful Christmas Eve service. If you want to go watch our Christmas Eve service, I'm just going to say, I think it was worth it. But it's on Facebook and YouTube and on our website at Unity Tucson. Anyway, didn't really mean for that to turn into a pitch. But one of the things is the offices are kind of sort of closed, but not really closed. But we don't really advertise that we're here. It's one of those like nebulous times, like is Jonathan in the office today or not? So one of the things that I've been doing while it's been a little more quiet without lots of activity of people coming in during the week is I have literally been like clearing things out. Your mom's going to be disappointed because I literally have no books on my desk right now.
Oh, so how are you going to grab that one?
But I do have all my books over. I have a lot of books over here, so I can always go grab one, right? But I've been trying to like minimalize. That was the whole point of that. And I'm a bit of a minimalist too. Like I don't want to bring anything into my home that is not, purposeful.
Yeah. Useful, purposeful, joyful.
But I live with a maximalist. So it's always interesting in our home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, well, I mean, there's a lot of attachment. I mean, the things that are left here in this house or, we moved in with my stepdaughter. We bought the house together. She's a co-owner. She doesn't live with her mom. She co-owns a house with her mom. So let's just make sure that's clear. But they're sentimental things of people who have passed. Like it's hard to let go of that. And even if it's like a stained cloth that was once really meaningful, it's like, oh my goodness, like, do we have to use it? Like, can it be put somewhere sacred? Just stuff like that. And just having stuff out for the sake of having stuff out. It's like, oh my goodness. But my life is about releasing the belief that I need to change anything out there, anybody out there. What is mine to do if I have a challenge, if I'm triggered, if I'm bumping up against something, that's for me to figure out. And the only mind I get to change is mine.
Right.
So
a fundamental part of my message in ministry, I say this so frequently, I'm sure everybody is really freaking tired of it, but I always say far too many people in spiritual circles are trying to change the circumstances. And that is not how this works.
Yeah.
We change what's within us. The circumstances will align themselves in that way. The circumstances will always align with what's within us. And so it's not about trying to manipulate or change anything outside of the self. It's always about changing our inner relationship to what we're experiencing.
To ourselves.
Yeah. Because too much, the idea that we can change circumstances also can kind of drive us into spiritual bypass, right?
Oh, yes.
Like, oh, those are the things out there, right? And it's all God, it's all good, and I don't have to do anything about it because all of that, it's all God, it's all good. And I don't have to change anything within myself because it's all God, it's all good. And so like now I'm going to try to manipulate that out there.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
No. Like my whole journey started because I hated myself. I loathed, like I was depressed. I had chronic anxiety, and I my mind lived in a cave. So how do you change external situations and experiences if you're not okay with who you are?
Right.
In those situations and external things. So that's what led me down this path. There was something inside of me whispering deeply, you're worth something more than this, right? You have more value than what you believe about yourself. And so my very first self-help book, was back in like 2004. How to Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. Yeah. And that book, like I read the first chapter and I was like, changed everything. I don't have to get rid of my fear and my anxiety to shift something. I can just start right here. Just start right here. And that's the whole journey, is liking yourself enough. Your external, like if you're inside, the inside of you is all the time, you're not going to get anything other than outside of you.
No.
So you have to clear the waters. You have to, find out within yourself that you're worth something different, and learn to like yourself a little bit more. That's what you do. Just start liking yourself a little bit more every single day, and your external situation will change because you are changing on the inside. Your outside changes.
That book, it's so funny because one of the things is I released a lot of books as part of this process I've been going through in my office. And that was actually one of the books I released, because I was like, you know what, this book has served its purpose in my life, and I'm releasing it to allow the next person to find it and have it serve its purpose for them. I love that
everything
book.
we give away, it's someone else's treasure.
Yeah. Look at that. Inner work works.
Inner work works.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
It sure does.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Audrey. So there's an interesting vibe. Do you feel the vibe? It feels very like mellow today.
Chilling, right? It's like the end of the week. There's that week between Christmas and New Year's that is just kind of for us folk who aren't still in the celebration mode, because Hanukkah just started, right? So we've got more nights of that. But there's always like this window at the end of the year. It's like, just chill, simmer down.
Simmer down. Yeah, it's totally the vibe here.
Yeah, it's pretty peaceful. Today outside for us, it's super gray. So even Danny's already like, you can see her little leg right there. She's zonked. But we are in the pluses today, you guys. It's plus here. Wow. I'm going to go scrape my sidewalk of all the ice and slush later today.
That's the challenge when it gets into the pluses there, because that means that it's going to start melting.
Yeah.
We're definitely in the pluses here.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'm wearing short sleeves.
It's amazing. Tucson, Arizona has some warmth. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And it's actually cool for us today. It's only 54 Fahrenheit, according to my watch right now.
I'd be in a sweater.
Well,
I would be in a
my husband from Thunder Bay, Ontario, deals with the cold less well than I do, and I'm from Tucson. It's a funny thing.
No, we acclimate. When I moved to Kelowna, BC from Winnipeg to begin ministerial studies, we arrived on Thanksgiving weekend, and so we left cooler gray weather, and we were going to Kelowna, and where it was like 15 degrees. And 20 degrees in Thanksgiving weekend. And our new neighbor was outside in a parka.
Yeah.
and I was barbecuing in shorts, and he said, I was like, you know, new neighbors and me, I got a banter with my new neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were chatting. He's like, just wait for it. You'll like by next winter, this will be cold for you.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I believed him. I believed him enough, because like the wet, damp BC winter, right? That's cold. That's cold.
Yeah.
I always say -20 in Winnipeg is -5 in BC.
Yeah. So the translation for those of you who are in the United States, 20 degrees for Steph is basically 72 degrees Fahrenheit.
Perfect day.
Oh, perfect day. Yeah. In fact, that's supposed to our high today is supposed to be only about 66 Fahrenheit. So
I'd
like
still be in a
17,
sweater.
18 degrees.
Yeah. I'd probably be in shorts though, shorts and a sweater.
Yeah. All right. We're talking about the weather.
Yeah.
What are we ranting about? What is the new thought today?
What is the new thought today?
We're like almost 20 minutes in. And what is our new thought?
I don't know. Where's your cards?
Radical.
Have a radical thought. What's this? Oh, here's the Sermon by the Sea.
Oh, yes. I love Sermon by the Sea. Show me one person who is for something and against nothing, and I will show you the next Jesus. It's one of the things that he says in Sermon by the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I pretty much just read this whole thing during a talk the other day.
Well, it was a sermon, so you could.
I was doing a sermon for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, as Schroeder said, we are dispensers of the divine gift, and we are in partnership with the infinite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So have we? Here's now my question. If we're going to be radically affirmative new thought, if we're in partnership with the divine, doesn't that suggest that the divine is outside the self? Have we not evolved to?
Well, that's just it, my friend. We're reading books that are 100 years old, mm-hmm. or 60 years ago, someone said something wise. Mm-hmm. We definitely need an evolution, mm-hmm. and a better understanding. So we need translation. We need translation from Old English to New English. Just like there are 13,000 different versions of the Bible, because there's always someone who interprets it some way that benefits them. So mm-hmm. we can absolutely rewrite our sacred New Thought texts and translate them to be more beneficial and meaningful for us. And like I do it. I rewrite all the he's and hims in
whenever I quote in my messages, mm-hmm. I always take out gendered language. And I usually really endeavor to remove any language that is deeply rooted in dualism,
separation. So partnership. I mean, I think there's still a lot of us in the world that still need to harness that power that is greater than I am. Mm-hmm. And when we use language like partnership, I prefer to be the partner or the beloved of my spiritual higher self than the child, mm-hmm. who's giving, mm-hmm. It's like God is not my parent who's giving me an allowance when I do good things. Mm-hmm. I have full access to this divine partner's bank account.
Yeah.
Their debit card is my debit card, right? So it's like, but using language like they, their, that separation does not exist. It's only in our own mind.
That's
any separation.
Yeah.
So we partner with the law when we understand it, I think, in a way. But there's still so many of us, and I'm saying us just to be inclusive, that need a warm embrace of something bigger.
Right. Well, so here's part of what comes up for me is it speaks to the 4 stages of consciousness. What are they? This was coined by Michael Beckwith, and I always get them mixed up. But basically, in me, through me, by me, the whole in me, through me, by me, as me.
To me.
To me, that's right. To me is. I was like, what is the first one? I so don't believe that anything happens to me anymore. I can't even articulate it. So
nothing's happening to me. Nothing is happening to me.
To me, by me, in me, as me.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a fifth. Ready? As we.
Oh.
That's what I think
like evolving the collective consciousness.
Evolving the collective, so that we can let go of that which doesn't serve.
I'm not sure how to pronounce their name. Alok, A-L-O-K. Brilliant mind.
Mm-hmm.
I found them on Insta. Total activist, trans rights. They speak about oneness, like an awakened soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I love them so much. They just have such a way of articulating both active like rights and justices, the right, like what's harmonious and good for all is good for you too, but they're the height of fashion. They are just making such noise for trans rights and my goodness. And what I love, they are not speaking from a spiritual standpoint, and they are speaking from oneness, and like in such a way that is, I hope my prayer is the whole world understands it in that level.
Yeah.
When someone's attacking them, they know, oh, beloved, you aren't attacking me. You are attacking the piece of me that is in you, like that, just that. And so you don't even need to believe in God to pray effectively.
Mm-mm.
You just speak truth. Just speak truth. Just be true to you. Stand in your own experience. Waiting for the Jonathan and Steph Bible to come out. Oh,
I'm going to say, I don't know that that's something I have in me. I have too many other things I want to focus on and write rather than retranslating.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, never know. I mean,
a how-to book maybe? Yeah.
I do metaphysical and metaphorical translation of scripture in some of my work. So
all we need to do, Jonathan, is take the transcripts of all of your last 10 years worth of talks and whittle it down into.
You do know that I have notes. I have all of my notes for every talk I've ever given since I became a senior minister.
You and I are the same. I have like 1,700 wake up, say thank yous.
Mm-hmm. I also
all of my talks, all of my meditations. I have everything.
There is. So now I'm going to out myself. There are some talks that I gave in Toronto that I knew I never gave in Tucson that I actually recycled here in Tucson, but updated. I say recycled, but also they come from a new frame of mind as well, from a different time. And so they're always updated to be more contemporary. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the joke of ministry to say we're saying the same thing every single week. We just try to find 52 new ways to say it every year.
Well, my notes are 2 pages that have some quotes on them. So I could take those notes and do 7 different talks.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, and that's the thing, one of my favorite things to do, and I used to do this a lot more. I've only done it once since I've been here at Unity of Tucson, is to do the random stand and deliver, the random reading stand and deliver, which is basically I bring a book out. I let the community tell me which page number to turn to in a paragraph. I will read it, and then I will give a talk based on that. No preparation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I'm looking at the calendar. I'm
I
like,
love it.
when can I next do that?
Yeah.
I mean, I can do it every week if I want to.
Well, what I have found is that when I bring 4 pages of well-researched and organized notes, I don't even look at them.
Yeah, they get tossed.
Yeah, they just sit on the thing, and I'm over here doing my thing.
Mhm.
So I stop putting so much time and effort into that when
Yeah.
I basically just, before I get up on stage, hey, Divine, what's
What wants
up?
to be said today?
What wants to come through me today?
Yeah, there are people. So I do have I have what's called a confidence monitor at the back of the sanctuary. It's an 85-inch screen, which is where I put I do a PowerPoint presentation, put all my notes on it, and then I have a clicker. I mean, if you ever watch my videos, you'll see that I'm carrying a clicker, right? And it's to basically go through what I've prepared. But those people who sit on stage always comment on you. I will veer off of what I have in my prepared notes and then round it right back to, oh, and now here's the next point that I'm going to make. So I'm always going off of my preparation. Always.
Yeah.
But that's allowed, and that's the thing. Okay. So here's the radically affirmative new thought around that is that if we were in our everyday lives more willing to allow the innate intuitive intelligence to present itself and express itself by means of us without getting in the way. We work so freaking hard and just get in the way. We're like, oh, I'm going to figure it out and I've got it, right? If we actually allowed more of the innate nature to express itself, oh, it would be a very different kind of world we live in.
Yes, absolutely. But instead we go, oh, I wanted the blue one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's one of the reasons. I've just got unstuck, right? I was feeling stuck. It was messy, and I created it all of myself. I did it all myself. So therefore, I also did all the cleanup, and it's nice and clean. But moving forward to 2025, I will be doing the first Saturday every month. I will be doing Soul Awakening Saturday, which is visioning for an inspired life, so that we keep open and we stay open and we keep downloading and we keep getting ourselves out of the way and keep opening our mind throughout the year, instead of just making some nice, lovely little goals at the beginning of a new year. And then 3 weeks later going, you know what? I don't really want to do that. So just keep being open throughout the year. So I know, and there's my plug. Soul Awakening Saturdays starts January 4th. Because
that's my birthday.
Yay! We just keep open, stay in the flow, because you are the flow. We're never out of it. We just forget that we know how to swim. Yeah.
That's exciting. I love that idea.
Well, you're welcome to come. It's 11 a.m. Central Time. So 10 a.m. for you. And then you can go celebrate and have a birthday lunch.
We'll see how I'm inspired.
Yeah.
In this new year. Yeah.
So we have there's 10 folks watching. What do you have some new radically affirmative new thoughts? My poor Chewy downstairs, he's downstairs in his own space, but he just is crying this whole time. I know you probably can't hear it, but
yeah, we can't hear it. I can't.
I've never heard him like this. He's just so mopey. So what will help Chewy is if you who are watching, let us know what you're thinking about. What do you want a radically affirmative new thought about?
Yeah.
What's
on your mind?
What's on your mind? John and I can talk all day long.
Yeah, we can.
What's on your mind?
I'm just going to go and see if anybody is on our website, because the chat function for the RANT on our unitytucson.com website does not come through on our little screen here.
Yeah, so go ahead and let us know what you're thinking about. What are your thoughts on anything? And let us know. Let us know you're watching. We see a whole bunch of you are watching, so let us know what your thoughts are.
Yeah.
Engage.
Engage.
Questions. Contemplation. It's time to contemplate.
There's nothing on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe it's just a short one.
Maybe.
The last one of 2024.
Right? Can you believe? Okay. Yeah. Next Friday is the 3rd.
Next Friday is January 3rd. It's a new rant.
A new rant.
And it's gonna be celebrating a 1 year kind of thing, because we started going regularly in January.
Really? Has it been?
So it's gonna be a birthday. It's gonna be a birthday for us.
William.
Yeah.
Why do we need to write a new one? That's the question. Why do we need to write a new one? What is the value of writing a new one? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Here's a good one. This is, I imagine, Reverend Robert. What is your personal vision for the future of the New Thought movement?
I think it's funny if this is Robert, because I was just on the New Thought Media Network stuff this morning, checking in with their energy and loving up. And here they are right here. What is your personal vision for the future of the New Thought movement? I don't have a personal vision for the future of the New Thought movement. I
have
really
a personal
don't.
vision for the future of my participation in New Thought.
Yes.
That is the displacement of all consciousness of separation.
Yes, that's it right there. So if that's the vision for the whole New Thought movement, absolutely. I have my personal, I like to, before the new year, I create some stuff. My focus this year, this is my focus. I am an example of inspired and conscious living. I am showing up as the best version of myself. I live a prosperous and peaceful life. I see a world of peaceful, loving people doing the very best that they can, including myself. Yeah. So, and that's what the New Thought movement, it's thriving. It is growing. We need to stop thinking that it's this box right here. Just because we don't label something New Thought doesn't mean it isn't. And there are New Thought. I mean, Mel Robbins right now is huge, blowing up. Her new book, it just got published. I'm going to get it. It's called Let Them. And I know what that philosophy, without even reading the book, I know what that philosophy is. Let them. And we talk about that here. The only change maker that needs to change is me.
Yeah.
So the future of the New Thought movement is safe because it's growing outside of the constructs of the terminology that we have available to us.
Right. Well, it's growing outside of the constructs of the boxes we've put ourselves in. Okay. So now I'm going to tell a little bit about how I got to be where I am. And I just posted this because 13 years ago, this post just came up as a memory. 13 years ago, I was packing my apartment in Studio City, California, and getting ready to move to Toronto, Ontario in Canada, because I had been elected to be the new spiritual director, the new senior minister, the new whatever title they wanted to give me of the Center for Spiritual Living, Toronto, right? And so I went to Toronto and I served that community for almost 6 years. And then I left. There was a point where I was like, you know what is mine to accomplish here is complete. And it is time for me to depart. And so I departed. I came back to Tucson, and my thought was, I don't want to be boxed in to an organizational structure that has any sense of dictation about how I am going to approach this philosophy. So I started a new community here that was an independent New Thought community.
Yeah.
It was called Tucson New Thought, right? It was, we grew, we thrived. William, who's on here, was one of the early adopters of that community and helped me and was side by side with me growing that community here. Well, in the interim, the ministers here at Unity of Tucson announced their retirement. They retired, and many people came to me and they're like, you should go and, try to become the new minister at Unity of Tucson. My first response was, but I'm not a Unity minister and I don't want to be in that box, was a little bit of it, right? And ultimately, enough people came to me and said, we think that this is something that you should do. I started to think about, the story of the man who lived by the river. If you don't know that, analogy, then I'm not going to go into it now. But anyway, enough people said, you should do this. I said, okay. I threw my hat in the ring. It was not without its own challenge because I was not one of the finalists, by the way, but I was the one that they ultimately chose. Interesting how that works out, right?
Yeah.
And I went through the additional training through the Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute to develop the language, the jargon of the Unity movement in New Thought. Right? So I had to develop a new language, part of what differentiates us is jargon. That's the only thing that differentiates us between the religious science movement, Centers for Spiritual Living, and Unity, or anybody else. It is just jargon. We're all teaching the same fundamental principles. God is all there is. That is who and what we are. We are that creative source. And everything is flowing forth, rooted in a sustainable and understandable and teachable law. Whether we call it the law of cause and effect, or we call it the law of mind action, or the law of circulation, or the law of correspondence, doesn't matter. It is something that we can actually put into practice in our lives. But the love part of that is knowing who we are, that we are the power and presence, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I come to Unity, I develop this new language, and I'm like, but I really want to find the mesh and the meld between all of it. And so I've been at Unity for, it'll be 5 years in April.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Because I started April 2020. Really interesting time to start as the senior minister of
Yeah. April Fool's Day during
COVID.
Yeah.
But now we're moving into the next phase of what it means to be in cooperation. And to start to really let go of the boxes, because we are now in a cooperative, supportive agreement with the Center for Spiritual Living Tucson, who are literally moving their offices to our campus today. And they're going to, and as of January 5th, Sunday, January 5th, there are going to be 2 services here. Unity of Tucson is going to do the 9:15 a.m. service, and Center for Spiritual Living Tucson is going to do the 11 a.m. service. And it is a call, and I like to think that we are stepping forth as an example of letting go of the notion of competition between spiritual communities, because there is no competition.
There is no competition in God.
We need to stop thinking that there is competition. There's only competition in the world of form, and I choose not to live from that point of view.
Yeah.
So
collaboration is the key to a successful village.
Yes. If we want to experience world peace, we need to be the expression of that peace. And that means we need to start cooperating and collaborating.
Yeah. Be the example, not the warning.
Yes. All right. So
we got
where was I going with this? All basically to say, we need to let go of these old notions. We got to let go of these old notions.
Yeah.
Oh.
The unattachment, or the law of non-attachment, is just, for me, everything right now. I don't want to be attached to my preconceived notions. I don't want to be attached to my own expectations that I believe that are on myself, because other people haven't told me their expectations of me. So I'm telling all of the stories myself. And I don't know where I was going with that.
You know what? So sorry, I did get distracted for just a moment.
I did.
So Megan, and hi Megan, I hope you got my email this morning. Megan says, letting go, taking down Christmas ornaments, and thinking of the things I want to put away in the 2024 box, metaphorically, right?
Yeah.
So I started thinking about, this is literally how my mind worked. I was like, you're putting your Christmas ornaments away too early. Christmas ends on Epiphany, January 6th. And I started thinking, why am I putting myself in that box? Why am I putting
You said
Megan in
that.
that box?
Yeah.
Like, what is the point? So I started thinking, and it has been my intention that we're leaving our Christmas decor up here at Unity until January 6th. And I thought, why? Like,
Why?
why? Like, I'm personally ready to let it come down. I'm ready for it to be removed. So I think after service on Sunday, the 29th, I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm going to pull down the Christmas decor early.
Ooh, love it.
Who am
Love
I?
it.
If not the expression of infinite change.
Yes. Well, speaking of change, did you see William's comment here? Change is going on my white stone this year.
So I'm gonna challenge you on that, William.
Oh, here comes some
This
challenge.
is the challenge. While it is absolutely fine to allow yourself to do that, go through the process that we go through on Sunday to see if something else reveals through you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. This was my stone from last year. New creative ways. Well, welcoming Center for Spiritual Living to this campus is a new creative way that we're expressing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Robert, it is Robert.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so CSL Las Vegas and Unity of Vegas is doing the same thing. That is awesome.
Yeah, I actually knew that. So Lisa Lee, who is a licensed Unity teacher and becoming a minister in Las Vegas, she serves on the Unity Southwest Region board with me. So I am aware of that. And Lisa's lovely, by the way. One of those magnificently lovely people who everyone should know.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That is sweetness right there. Yeah. If more people collaborated, there would definitely be more peace. There is this like the competitive nature in people. Like I've struggled in relationship with other spiritual people doing similar things. And I'm like, we don't have the same audience, honey. We don't.
Right.
And if we do, great. What, like, it doesn't, how is that relevant to getting the purpose of this life? My purpose, right? My purpose is to spread love, to serve love, and to live by the gospel of love. This is it. So if what I'm doing is harming you in any way, turn me off, swipe away, click some other place. Well, but if it's good for you, if it's helping you, inspiring you, or motivating you, then welcome.
Yeah.
But life is too short to give your time or invest your time in people who aren't investing in you. Never take advice from folks that aren't where you want to be. If like there's all of this great advice that we can use in our lives to help each other shine brighter. There's no way what I'm doing can put a basket or a bushel over someone else's light. That would cause me harm. So I'm not doing it.
So you also bring up a point that made me think in terms of this. Spiritual leaders need to let go of the notion that they have any say in what anybody else believes or thinks. And I think far too frequently there's too much convincing trying to be had.
Yeah.
I'm not here to change anyone's mind. I'm here to present the teaching. If you decide to take the teaching and change your own mind, that's entirely up to you. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm not here to tell you what to think. But part of that competition point of view is it actually is rooted in this idea that there is a lack because I must invite these people in to be my followers because, I don't know, it fulfills something within me. Well, if you are not fulfilled within yourself, no amount of followers are going to help fulfill that for you. And so welcome people to think for themselves and to be involved in 18,000 spiritual communities if they want to be involved in 18,000 spiritual communities. I don't stop anybody.
Yeah.
I have
it's not affecting you at all.
Yeah. I have a bunch of community hoppers. Yeah.
Well, I'm an online community spiritual leader, right? So everybody's got everything, some like other things. It's wonderful. But I was just thinking, like, from what you're saying, I think about mega churches. I'm like, oh, that'd be a great building for a mega church. And then Tammy's like, why do we need another mega church? We don't. we don't need 35,000 followers. Jesus only had 12.
That's actually inaccurate, but okay.
13?
Still inaccurate. There were 12 disciples.
12 disciples, yes.
Right? No,
you get what I'm
there were
saying.
12 apostles, but he had hundreds of disciples.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Obviously, he was able to feed 500 people with 5 loaves of fish or something, right? But what I'm saying is, no one needs 35,000 people at an old football stadium, and then not practicing their faith 6 other days of the week.
Right.
Sorry, Amy's home, so
yeah.
Denny.
Well, that's one of the things that I always tell, you know,
it's going to get loud.
Here's the thing about me. You get me, and you know, and I am willing to step forth and be my authentic self in my ministry. Whether you're having a private conversation with me in the social hall after service, or I'm on the platform. There goes Steph. Steph has left me to you, but you get me. You get the authentic me no matter where I am. If I'm on the platform, I'm authentic. If I'm experiencing you privately, you get me authentically. And the reason that was an important part of the way I wanted to approach my ministry is because I have had the experience of people that I respected in ministry who, when they met me and thought I was something other than who I was, which is a whole other thing. When they made assumptions about who I was, they treated me differently than who they were presenting themselves to be on the platform. And that really disappointed me. And I said, this will never be a part of who I am as a minister. You get me. This is me, right here. This is me. And, you know, I may say things that'll challenge you too. You may say things you won't believe. That's okay.
I may say things I change my mind tomorrow about.
Yes, because we all reserve the right to change our minds. This whole movement is about the addressing and bringing to awareness that which we potentially need to change in our own minds.
Yeah.
So we're called upon to change our minds.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or we might as well be a banana.
Or we might as well be a banana?
I always say that because our human DNA is like one strand different than the makeup of a banana. Like we could have accidentally been a banana.
Well, that's an
But here we are, conscious beings having conversations. Mm-hmm. Now, if that's not a miracle.
Well, and we assume we're the only ones having conversations because of the way that we experience this thing called life. I don't know what the bananas are saying to each other.
Of course, everything is energy, so everything is communicating.
Yeah.
We it's just showing up as this.
Yeah.
If I was a banana right now, I'd be like, sweet, I'm a banana. What do I know? What do I know? Banana. Sweet. Put a little peanut butter on me.
Mm-hmm.
Toast up some bread and slide me on that. You right?
Peanut butter banana. It's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But we have like this makeup within us. The fact that 3 trillion years ago we were specks of stardust, and then it took all of this time just to create a rock big enough for some sort of living experience to be birthed, and then eons before it grew its own first set of lungs. Like the time and energy this divine intelligent presence has put into making you. Mm-hmm. Exactly a unique and unrepeatable expression. Mm-hmm. The wisdom, the creativity, the brilliance that had to go into that. And we're like, I don't know how to set my clock on my phone.
Sorry. That was hilarious to me.
It is hilarious.
Oh my God.
I'm a very funny person.
You are.
In high school, people thought I was going to be a stand-up comedian when I grew up.
Yeah.
So close enough. I'm a minister.
Yeah. The newness and possibilities is so exciting. It is.
Yeah.
It is. And that's the whole point of New Thought. You know, New Thought is a misnomer because We're not teaching anything new.
Mm-mm. It's
But
thousands of years
new
old.
thought refers to that which is new within us in the experience and expression.
Mhm.
Our new thought. What is our new thought? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you have the capacity to make it and allow it to be radically affirmative?
Yeah.
What does
Yeah.
that mean? What does that mean to be radically affirmative?
Oh, for me, it's this, like God in all, right? The sticky and the sweet, and to not just push off the sticky stuff in your life, but recognize it as divine, and that sticky stuff is just as joyful as the celebration of a new life. That sticky stuff is just as powerful and potent as, you know, the heart cracking open to a better, more intelligent presence in your life. So radical for me, radical joy, because that's like, I talk about radical stuff all the time. Radical joy, radical love. Radical love is unconditionally accepting yourself exactly as you are, even though you just did a faint face plant in cow manure for the 17th time. You just keep loving yourself no matter what. That's radical self-acceptance, radical love. And when you can accept yourself in that kind of radical way, you can then turn to your partners and your best friends and start the next layer of radical love. I love my wife. So gushy, mushy, lots. I love my wife unconditionally. And in 17 years, I've seen the growth that all of that fertilizer has done, and her willingness to become the moreness of her own light, you know, like, and if it's the same thing with children, with children. Oh, don't touch that. No, honey, you touch that and you find out for yourself why you're not going to touch that. That's growth. That's radical parenting, right? Like trusting your kids to make good choices or learn, right? I'm writing a book. Jonathan, you've like, you know, you're so patient in your pushing me to finish this freaking book. Just finish the book already. But I've already written the acknowledgement, and in that acknowledgement, that's you know, that I thank my parents for their incredible parenting in such a way that they could have the courage to witness me messing up and let me clean it up myself. Because we don't become the powerful presence we are if we let other people do everything for us.
That's right.
Right. And so, yeah, I'm going to watch you muddle around with that puzzle for a little bit. For as long as it takes you, I'm going to watch you. And I'm going to be here to support you and cheerlead and know. But that radical acceptance that the divine is in you as it is in me. And if I can have faith in myself, I must also have faith in you to get whatever it is from this experience that you're going to get, because it is divine. So that's my radical belief that
Beautiful.
like just beyond the barriers of whatever box you want to radicalize. Break down the box. Just be radical.
Just obliterate the box.
Yeah. Have matches, book travel.
If you think you know, question.
Yeah. I'm really loving that. Like, I know nothing now. What do I need to know?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Loving that.
But I don't even say, what do I need to know?
What else
I know
can
nothing.
I know?
Now, what can I know?
What can I know?
What is possible for me? That's what I always go to.
Yeah.
Not that what do I need to know is wrong. It's just I like to say, what can I know? What is, because it really invites that infinite possibility.
Yeah.
That's what it does for me.
Yeah. Ooh. Exactly. So if you were curious about what Radically Affirmative New Thought is. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Oh my gosh. We're kind of almost to the end of our
I know.
hour.
And we were
half hour ago, like, should we end early?
We should end early. And then we got going.
It just took us 30 minutes to get a little ramped up.
Yeah. Sometimes we just need to ramp it up first. Yeah. Ramp it up to rant it out.
Ramp it up to rant it out. I love that. Yeah.
Should I write that down?
Yeah, write it down.
Okay.
Well, today is your day to shine.
Yes.
That's what I want to leave you with today. Our whole Christmas Eve service this year was all about being the light and finding the inner light to shine forth. And so today is your day to shine. Every day is your day to shine. This is your moment to shine. And every moment by moment, shine your light. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. My new close for Wake Up, Say Thank You is share your love and shine your light. I was always doing share the prayer, but no, share your love. That's more important. You can pray all day, every day, but if you're not sharing your love, what you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Awesome, everybody. So the next time we will see you all, it will be 2025.
2025.
Next Friday is January 3rd. We will be back for another rant. Our email addresses are here.
Yeah, right there.
And so let us know your ideas. Send us 12 ideas.
12 ideas.
12
That'll
ideas.
Take us through a quarter of the year almost.
And
I do have one pitch. If you're in Tucson, number one, this Sunday at Unity of Tucson, if you're in Tucson, you can come. We're going to be doing the White Stone ceremony. If you don't know what the White Stone ceremony is, please come check it out. It's a great experience and is wonderful to have intention setting for the next year. On January 1st, here at Unity of Tucson, I do a labyrinth walk and dissolving bowl experience on the first day of the year, every single year, and would love to have you be part of that. So come join me for that. That's going to be at 11 o'clock a.m. January 1st at our outdoor labyrinth here at Unity of Tucson. It's right over there. Not that you can tell from where I am in my office, but yeah, would love to see you for that. So join us.
Yeah, if you're in the area, for sure. And
this Sunday is our last 10 a.m. service for Unity of Tucson. The following Sunday, we move to 9:15 a.m. So that's the other big announcement.
Awesome.
Yay!
Awesome. Well, and we've got Soul Awakening Saturdays starting January 4th at 11 a.m. Central Time. So we're going to be doing some personal visioning, and come and download the infinite wisdom that is already inside of you. You can, seats are already available on our website, oneloveawakening.com.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right, friends, we'll have a magnificent remainder of 2024. We'll see you all next week.
See you all next week.
Bye. Ooh, yeah.